So the real tea is, it's time for you to get off social media. Now, it may not be my place to say something, but there's probably a good reason why you clicked on this video. I'm here to show you 5 steps as a business that you can take to maximize your time off of social media. But before I get into that, let me tell you what even led me to hopping off for the last 90 days from social media after spending so much time on there every single day looking to grow my business, my audience, and my platform. I was planning for social media every single day. I was ensuring that we made a post, like all the gurus said, post every single day, post multiple times a day. Multiple times is a little bit too much for me, but I knew that I could at least do 1 post. I was doing that for about a month straight, and mind you, I'm not the best with social media. I don't really enjoy spending so much of my time there because as I've been able to see throughout my time of posting, I was sitting here chasing trends to grab the attention of other people rather than looking at what we can bring as ourselves. It's like, how do we balance what our business has versus what everybody else is looking for on the internet? I spent more time on my Finsta just doom scrolling in the corner of my bed, seeing if I can find some source of inspiration, and rather I was somewhere in between a friend's post of why the world is so depressing, the latest news article, and somebody making $100,000 in a day with no explanation. As a founder, we ain't got time for that. Like we said, time is more valuable than money, and time is definitely more valuable than doom scrolling all day. Long story short, there's not much on Instagram when you're looking for a sense of inspiration to see if you can switch from being a consumer and doom scrolling all day to being a prosumer, which you could produce and now create content that could be of use to other people. When October rolled around, my business partner looked at me and she said, "We got really quiet on social media." And I told her, I don't want to post all day, every day. It's taking me away from being a visionary that even got us this far as the Mind Economy series. So we need to figure out a solution. In the latter half of my final days on social media, my nervous system was shot. I was constantly overwhelmed. I constantly felt like, it was almost that feeling of looking over your shoulder when ain't nobody checking for you anyways. That's what social media feels like. Once I finally came clean to my business partner, I'm not being avoidant, I just was very overwhelmed and had analysis paralysis with posting every single day and being a social media manager while also looking to scale this business as a founder and CEO and chief strategist. It was a lot of different hats. Social media management is a full-time job, but I need to get back into focusing on how we can continue to grow and scale this business before we move forward. The biggest concern was we're gonna lose momentum. We're not going to be able to gain traction with our audience. Who's going to find us? How are they going to find us? I didn't have a real name or reason, but I knew in my core, if we did take this step back, it'll do us so much more good in the long run, and people will understand it later. And like I've said in my previous videos, we're going to constantly be misunderstood, and when you send an intention, there's going to be that disruption. For me, the disruption just so happened to be I'm taking a step back from all socials. With all that being said, I made the deliberate decision to disappear. Didn't think it was going to be 3 months, but I disappeared for the last 3 months now, with no intent of going back anytime soon. The goal isn't to be everywhere. The goal is to have one specific outlet and platform to get in front of the right people, as opposed to chasing trends and algorithms to see what'll land for somebody else. The goal is to be authentic here, and that's the entire purpose as to why I needed to step away from social media. And let me tell you, being off of social media has really changed the game for me. We've been able to scale and keep our business grounded throughout this time, and funnily enough, there's people looking for us even when we don't have a presence on Instagram, because there's so many other outlets as to how we can get our information out there. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Over the past 90 days, I've been able to create a $0 to $10 million prosumer framework where I can now have a roadmap to how to grow and scale my business beyond just being a content creator. But before I show you the step-by-step, I gotta let you know how I even got here in the first place. Anywhere between trend chasing and seeing what's going viral, not even being able to make sense of why certain things go viral, it can be really frustrating. And of course, with Instagram specifically, there's so many highlight reels, the ups that you see of everybody, that it makes you question, what am I even doing with my life? Why am I even feeling like I'm so far behind after putting in all this work? At least as founders, when you're laying out that foundation before scaling your business, it can seem like there's no growth happening for you when everyone apparently is growing at the speed of light. It's just not realistic. Rather than wrestling with my faith, my identity, and my nervous system as a whole, I just knew I needed to pull the plug. But again, in order to do that, it was a lot of wrestling behind the scenes. It was everything is slowing down. We had all this going on for us. Now what are we gonna do? We're gonna lose everything. And that constant sense of urgency that social media presents is the exact reason why people feel lost and fail to create a foundation and a structure for themselves to create something sustainable and have longevity beyond just social media. At the end of the day, these companies are here for the people, and if we're here chasing trends, we're never gonna have that human connection or interaction that's going to last and gain that loyalty and that respect. Now, I know for some people, when they're like, I'm gonna take a break from social media, they start with putting that little timer on their phone, and then now they're bypassing the timer, they're continuing to bypass. But for me, I just wanted to delete the app completely. And I was at a point where I was ready to remove myself from social media because I really wanted to open up time to be creative again, to be with myself and get back in touch spiritually so that I can align myself with my assignment. And immediately I saw results. I really began to understand the power of stepping off of social media. I didn't want to come from a place where I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to come from a place of being completely grounded in what we were doing because I knew the strength of what the Mind Economy series brought. The biggest shift is now that I've taken social media away, I had so much time to learn, to fulfill myself in ways that I can now use to propel my vision forward, to propel the Mind Economy series forward. And that led me to watching a ton of mindset videos on YouTube. Y'all have heard me say it plenty of times before. I went deep into Myron Golden's profile and just listened to a lot of the lessons that he taught, which allowed me to even step onto YouTube today because it enforced that in order for us to be better through the Mind Economy series, I have to take on the responsibility to become a strong communicator. If we're here to be a business education platform, then it is imperative for me to be able to teach these lessons and come here, sit in front of a camera and offer value that help solve the problems of the people that we want to serve. And it allowed me to really take a step back and think of how I can better serve people as opposed to how can I prove myself so these people can come to me. That mindset shift is the reason why the first step of the framework is to audit your nervous system, but we'll get to that in a second. Between YouTube and getting back into a tighter relationship with God, reading the Bible, listening to jazz, getting more work done, being more proactive, being able to study artificial intelligence in a way that I can create systems to work for me has really changed the game for me. My inner world started to be more different, and I don't know if it's because I hopped off during Mercury retrograde, but the creativity that started flowing, my notebook, this is my notebook right here. If you haven't noticed between my notebook and my cup, yes, I am a Leo. But I wrote more in this notebook in a span of 3 days than I did all year, or rather in the last 2 years. So that can kind of give you an idea of how much creativity started flowing back inside me. I was able to now create time to journal, to create time to reflect, to create time to think of the next steps forward rather than just the immediate satisfaction of getting through the next day. Now I can think of what the next year is going to look like, and that expanded my world to see the actual steps that I can take to build a strong foundation first, to then implement it and then scale to the degrees of what I presented to you of creating $0 to $10 million, or rather going from $0 to $10 million. With that, taking time away from social media meant that I can create more offers and products ideas that really draw or help the people that we're looking to serve. That made me fine-tune my audience, that made me fine-tune who exactly our content is for rather than hoping that we'll go viral. This became the middle layer of the Prosumer Framework, the part that turned clarity into an actual business system. Now that I've given you a rundown as to why I stepped off of social media and what it has done for me, I am so excited to show you these 5 steps because it really changed the game as to how I've been able to now elevate myself and have a newfound level of confidence to say that anything is possible. You can literally take a step back, have a moment for yourself, which is something that people may not always tell you. It is very important to take that moment for yourself and choose you before choosing to post and pray and hope that something is gonna land. Let's move with intention. Let's be mindful and create a system and messaging in a way that is fulfilling to you, and as a result, fulfilling to the people that's looking to hear what you have to say. And I must say, I'm so grateful for YouTube for helping me shift my perspective on what this looks like and approaching content as a way of asset building rather than just a one-time thing that'll disappear tomorrow. Now that you have the full context, let me show you the exact 5 steps on going from $0 to $10 million with this Prosumer Framework. Step 1, I've said it before, audit your nervous system. If you're sitting here scrolling all day long, now it's not to say that there's no way that you can't do research. Using social media, yes, that is a key factor in having success in any realm, is to have the due diligence and to do your research. However, if you feel yourself getting overwhelmed more than being productive while you're utilizing social media, it's more than likely a sign that you need to take a step back for yourself to reflect on where you are and how you need to move forward. It is not to say that feeding yourself with more information, more short form content is going to help you propel you forward. You need to get grounded in what your message is, what your purpose is, and what vision you have for yourself and the company so that now you can move in accordance with the intention that you've then set. Step 2, short-term reset. I did 90 days. I think it's much better than doing 7 days or even 30 days because you need that entire reset going back into step 1 of your nervous system for you to even get clarity on where you're gonna go. When you have 90 days to have a reset, it is imperative that you utilize that time for yourself to reflect, to see what's missing in your business, to see how you can grow, to plan. I know for me with social media management, I was scrambling every single week. So I was not the scheduler of that the social media marketing gurus say that you have to do. And I needed a moment to take a step back so that I can continue to plan so I can come back stronger on these platforms. If you have a fear of losing momentum in your business from stepping off of social media, I'm here to remind you that even though that was the constraint that we thought we may have from stepping away, we've actually had more people looking for us since we've stepped off and stopped posting. And even though we're growing organically and our community is still small on Instagram, we've grown from 50 to now 63 followers on Instagram. And I think that's a pretty big deal and says a lot because it's been more effortless finding our community by not posting and allowing people time to see what we have posted so far. We have good content up there. We have a strong message. And if we continue to post, I mean, they're going to continue to find that message, but we could be even more grounded while in the meantime, they still have ways to see who we are and what we're about from what we've posted so far. So don't be afraid to take that step back and don't even dare to think that you're going to lose what you began building. The only way you do that is if you start completely over or if you stop completely. Step 3, curate your inputs. As you know, I've said plenty a billion times, I watched a lot of Myron Golden videos and he put this into perspective for me. We have to switch from being a consumer that is constantly intaking things all day long without having anything to produce. God said, be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, and have dominion over it. In order for us to do that, we have to produce. Now, it's inevitable. We all have to consume. Like I said before, when I cut myself off of social media, that meant that I can consume all the things that I need and not what I think I need. So that's nourishing my body, eating the right foods, being healthy, going out on a walk, intaking oxygen, having to breathe and allow myself to replenish myself in a way. So you want to switch that consumerism into a way that'll fulfill and replenish your body so that you can be sharp, so that you can be productive to build out this vision that you once saw for yourself, because it is going to happen. You just have to continue to be intentional about it. And he came up, or I don't know if he did, but I heard it from him first. He came up with the term being a prosumer, being a producer first and consuming to then continue to produce. Think about it. Even with an apple, the only way that you're gonna grow an apple tree after you receive the apple is if you eat the apple, get the seed from the middle, and then plant it back into the earth to grow another tree. That's the same thing with us. We have to be able to consume in a way where we can now utilize what we've consumed to plant something and let it grow. So that's the whole purpose of being a prosumer, and why I've been so passionate about creating this framework from $0 to $10 million to have a prosumer mindset of how can I now utilize the information that I'm intaking to now produce in a way that can deliver a message for people who need to hear it in a different way. It's a new voice, and building confidence around that. That's the reason why you want to change and correct your output. Number 4, build your foundations. Taking time away is not, well, it can be. It could be several different things. It could be you taking a time to rest, taking a time again to reset, but it's really about utilizing this time to now build a system. Build in a way where you can get so clear on your offers, get so clear on your message, so you can find the right people to now scale your business. You want to build a community outside of this. Daphne and I spent plenty of time building our relationship with local vendors, local businesses, to see what's missing in the community, seeing where they struggle to scale so that now we can cater to that. We've done plenty of research. If you see our ClickUp, oh man, we have so many different links and articles and videos that we've now been able to document as to how we can strengthen our brand, our messaging, see what's missing, and see how we can now come in and support the people that are in need. We know that we're a business education platform utilizing workshops, online courses, and books, etc. And consulting to support people to align their purpose with skillful business execution. That's what we're here for. And the only way we're gonna find how to fill that gap is to see how and build that relationship with people so we know how exactly we can support them. Number 5, choose intentional platforms and have a strategy. Hopping off of social media and making the deliberate decision to pour everything into YouTube has been a game changer for me, because 1, I love YouTube. I feel like I feel alive after watching my YouTube videos, curating a space where I can continue to learn and apply what I have learned. YouTube has been the platform, and it makes sense because, again, Mind Economy series being a business education platform, why wouldn't I want to study YouTube? Why wouldn't I want to understand how people have been able to grow and create an impact on this platform, especially with long form content? Because we're not a one and done, let me wrap up this lesson in a bow tie in 30 seconds type of deal, which we can, but to create the full context so that people can now use that to apply into their lives, YouTube is the way to do that. With this, more importantly, find a place where you feel like you can build the confidence that you need to step back out into multiple platforms. Even though visibility is a key factor into scaling your business, it is not the only factor. And more importantly, spreading yourself thin across all platforms can dilute your message, and you don't want that. You want to be as focused as you can and have mastery stacking in a way where you master one platform, then move on into the next, and then move on into the next. For me, I just felt like YouTube made the most sense. I've been able to now apply and share and have my viewers come along in my journey as to how I continue to grow and build this space. And now with what I've learned on YouTube, I'm more ready than ever to step back into Instagram, step into TikTok, because TikTok is not my thing, but step into these platforms in a way where my messaging has become clear, my foundation is set, and the systems are already put in place for me to thrive in these platforms. So if you made it to the end of this video, you're probably somewhere in between auditing your nervous system and curating a space for you to rebuild again. And I was right where you are, and congratulations that you've even taken the time to make yourself aware of what is happening internally for you, so now you can do something about it. I really encourage you to take a moment to align yourself with this framework and see what works for you, and more importantly, see what happens when you step away from social media. Fill your cup again in a way that you can produce and say, hey, this is what I have to share as well. But you need to have a foundation, and you need to have things set in place for you to do that. Don't go on a whim. Don't guess. Don't post and pray. Don't do what I did and hope that things are going to work out and mold myself into trends, but rather mold myself in my purpose and in my assignment. And I want you to do the same thing. If you're on the fence of stepping away from social media and you made it to the end of this video, this is your sign to take that break, to step away and build your foundation so you can scale your business in the name of longevity and not for short-term posting. I'll see you in the next video.